Hello all my Kenvians and welcome to a new episode of Papa Kenn Plays Doki Doki Literature Club. Today, before we get back into this, I noticed in the files that apparently there is a new file. It's called canyouhearme.txt. Can you hear me is in all caps. And I don't know exactly when during the gameplay this actually popped up, because of the weird recording issue I had before, I wasn't able to see the files. But regardless, I have the file open right now, and it appears to be a special little poem titled, "There's a Little Devil Inside All of Us." Beneath their manufactured perception, their artificial reality, is a writhing, twisted mess of dread, loathing, judgment, elitism, self-doubt, all thrashing to escape the feeble hold of their host, seeping through every little crevice they can find, into their willpower, starving them of all motivation and desire, into their stomach, forcing them to drown their guilt in comfort food, or into a newly opened gash in their skin, hidden only by the sleeves of a cute new shirt. Such a deplorable, tangled mass is already present in every single one of them. That's why I choose not to blame myself for their actions. All I did was untie the knot. Ah! Okay. So... we have one thing that jumped out to me here is the 4 descriptors: loathing, judgment, elitism, self-doubt. And I don't know, you could be open to interpretation as to what defines who, but this is the way that at least it's my perception. And it also helps that this is the usual order in which the characters appear on the title screen before happened. Loathing is Sayori, because of the depression and just the deep feeling of worthlessness. Excuse me. Judgment. I feel like judgment is probably Yuri, just because of most of the characters... Oh no, actually wait. I would say maybe judgment is more... Natsuki! I almost forgot her name! Sorry, it's been several days since I played. But, yeah, I think Judgment might be Natsuki, just because, I mean, she does come across as very judgmental, especially when it comes to the main character. Not that I blame her, but also the other characters around her, primarily Yuri, it seems. And then there's elitism, and this is why I kind of switched it up just now, because I think that Yuri, because she prefers such sophisticated poetry, using these sophisticated words, that elitism might be what falls into her category. And then there's self-doubt. And really that can fall into any of them. However, the only one that I haven't named at this point is Monica. Monica, the one who I very well think could be self-aware, just because of what's been happening lately. It could just be like the glitches, but she's been saying a lot of really messed up things lately, in addition to her appearing in front of text boxes, and then that, you know, the zoom in thing. So if self-doubt would refer to her, maybe it's because she is not a romantic option in this game. The only ones that we had at the beginning were Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri. Monica is not even a choice in any of them. So maybe that self-doubt comes from thinking that perhaps she's not good enough, but by being self-aware, she's working to overcome that. I don't know exactly, but I feel like that's the case in this Can You Hear Me poem / tiny essay. I don't know exactly. That was written. There's more about that I can go into, but we're already 5 minutes in here, and I don't have any gameplay, so... Well, first of all, one thing I noticed is New Game is no longer glitched out, so I guess whenever that weird reset happened, it fixed the glitch, perhaps. But let's jump into the load game screen and pick up the poetry. Bum, bumps, bumps. And again, I am going to be going with Natsuki once more. So, yeah, let's see what happens. So we've got intellectual, chocolate, laugh, daydream. Daydream, yes. Doki Doki, of course. I like my friends. Pink! Obviously. Obviously. Oh, such cute cheeks. I'm gonna pick cheeks. I like candy. I also like strawberry candy, but today we're gonna go with candy. I'm acting like this because I want to try and get, you know, all the happiness in me as much as I can to be as a shield to what's probably going to happen. And also remember to stay hydrated when you're mentally scarring yourselves, kids. Oh, there's something wrong with me. Anyway, anime. Crimson Valentine. Let's go with Valentine. I don't think that's one that I've chosen before. Hair, captive, calm, nibble. Not going with suicide. I think I can't help but wonder if that actually refers to... Actually, you know what? It might actually refer to Sayori. So I'm curious what's going to happen when I click it. It's Yuri. Okay then. Fantasy. Oh, it's a ribbon. Joy. And... rainbows! Contamination? Actually, I'm not entirely sure. Music. Music, yes, yes. Lazy parfait, play! There's something wrong with me. Giggle! Oh, kawaii! I apologize for everything I'm doing right now. Let's click Papa. Okay, Papa is Natsuki. Which I wonder if that's a reference to her dad. I suddenly feel really crappy for picking that, but I picked it because, you know, Papa Kenn. Regardless. What was that sound? I just heard a weird sound. I'm not entirely sure what it was. Okay, but anyway, cute. And finally, lollipop. Hooray! Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Kenn. Ah, hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression. Is there something up with her face? No? Okay. But the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Okay. I thought maybe something was going weird already. Yuri glances over her shoulder looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk. And surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Especially me. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I've already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Ah, Kenn, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. Huh. A little too happy? Again? I could just be forgetting, but that doesn't sound like something she said last time. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around, and... Sorry, what am I saying right now? Aw. Hey, have you guys seen Monica? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either? Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. Yeah, after she ran out crying last time. Monica said last time that she will forget about it by tomorrow. It is Monica. Monica's doing something. Anyway. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So... Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? She did completely forget. Confirmed! Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. For some reason I feel like that's, perhaps the way that's intended to be read. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? Okay, yeah, it was the same thing, but it was the giant text. On edge already. Crap. But... I'll accept your apology anyway, if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey. Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry! I'm super sorry! Oh, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long, anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You should have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Monica's voice is just... It's a high-pitched kind of whispery voice, and that's all I can go with. It's squeaky 1 minute and just kind of high-pitched the next. I don't know. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. So, I'm still impressed. Well thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Excuse me. Hydration! It's also sparkling water, though, so it's probably what's making me burp. Gross. Monica looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Kenn. Monica smiles sweetly, and the other two just suddenly disappeared, destroyed by her anti-gravity hair. I don't trust you. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that.
Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently.
I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. It's just us. In that case, best of luck.
Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I?
Not really. I choose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Ken, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. I suppose so. I don't think I could say no to you after that you gave that book to me. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday, she's fine. That was a weird look. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there. Uh-oh! Wait. Was that... Did my game just skip, or was that actually supposed to happen? History, just to see. Okay. What's the story about, anyway? Well, look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. Again, I don't think that's the description she gave last time. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. It's also not the description from last time. This got a lot darker. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. Thank God. I'm just waiting for something to happen at this point. Like for her to talk about like limbs and all of a sudden the book opens up and like eats my face or something. I don't know. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Here made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yeah! Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Ken? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When the horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. You're just terrifying me. Speaking of which, history... No, it's still there. So how come last time some of it wasn't appearing? Anyway. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole butt... History? It didn't leave that one. My whole body gets... So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much, or if I start talking in large, bold text. I really don't think you need to worry. Or does she? Or do we? That just means you're passionate about reading and or possibly possessed by Monica. Or maybe the ghost of Sayori? I'm going to go with Monica. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
Ah, that's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? I knew something was going to happen eventually. It still caught me off guard. Daggone it.
Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but...
What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
Okay, this feels more normal, but I'm not going to let you catch me up. Well, you're still going to catch me off guard at some point, but regardless, staying alert. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
All right.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. Possibly as she's about to bite our neck because she's a vampire! No, that's probably not going to happen. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry.
I was just bathing in the feeling of your body. Okay, so the stuff that disappears quickly, that I don't just click through, doesn't stay in the history. So I gotta be alert and try to read it as quickly as possible. Okay. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, we've seen this before. Alright. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. Can't imagine why. It's as if I feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Huh?
To turn the page.
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Okay, we've been through this, and yet, this time there's no skip still. It's weird and confusing. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Oh my. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but The main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. That's, that is a different expression than last time. Seems a little bit manic. Continuing. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. The eye moved. Wasn't just a subtle movement either. It actually had an animated movement. That's creepy, and I'm worried. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. Sorry? I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. Her pupil just got really small. I don't see that happen very often with these characters. I don't think I've seen it happen before at all. Am I overanalyzing things? I might be overanalyzing things, but I'm also slightly terrified. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? I don't think she is, dude. Eh? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about?
Kenn, did something happen just now?
Huh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess.
So you don't know anything?
Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her?
Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her.
Like what? No, nothing.
Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming.
Alright, if you say so. There we go.
Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other?
Huh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri?
Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay?
Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then let it slip back into my bag. Okay, so we only have Natsuki and Monika to pick from this time. And one thing I definitely noticed is that even though the poem was aimed toward Natsuki, Yuri... It was basically the same thing as the second day of poetry reading the first time around. With the exception of the more manic-looking face and scary book description. But let's continue and see what hell shall be raised next. Natsuki!
Well, it's not terrible. But it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed.
Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. It's the same thing. Like, I think it's literally the same number of choices.
Fair enough, you're still new to this, so I don't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed that you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from anybody.
Oh, okay. So... jealousy on Natsuki's part that we spent time with Yuri. I'm confused.
So it's not like I was writing waiting for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it.
What? There's a new file. There's a new file. It showed up like 15 minutes ago? I'm going to, since this is a bunch of nothing, I'm going to hop out real quick and take a look at this text file. And again, I know I can't show it on here, but I will read it. It's just a bunch of i's.txt, like the letters I, lowercase. I hate this. I can't do anything. Nothing. No matter how many times you play, it's all the same. It would be really, really easy to kill myself right now. But that would mean I don't get to talk to you anymore. All I want is for you to hate them. Why is that so hard? Okay. You can't do anything, nothing. It's gotta be Monica. Again, she's the only one that we can't like fully interact with outside of like the poems. And then there's this, uh-oh, bold text. Kenn? Why didn't you come read with me today? I was waiting for you. Okay, it's actually holding it this time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Why do you like Yuri more? Do you think you're better off I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri is a sick freak. That should be obvious by now. Oh no, the eye things. So just play with me instead. Okay? You don't hate me, Kenn. Do you? Do you hate me? Do you want me to... do you want to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it. Please. Just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. It's all I have. Play with me. Giant grin. Play with me. What the... Okay. What the hell just happened? Remember to stay hydrated while scarring yourself mentally, kids. Okay. Monica's turn. Okay. Hi again, Kenn. How's the writing going? All right, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. Give my poem to Monica. All right. Great job, Kenn. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. She said that before. It's really metaphorical. Is it? But it was all aimed toward Natsuki. This is weird. This is really weird.
I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway.
You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing. So, did it not matter what I picked? Like, regardless of what words I picked, would it have not mattered? Because literally everything except for one word was aimed at Natsuki. Huh.
Writing is full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people.
So you don't mean that to be a bad thing?
She spends so much time in her own head, and it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming out a little strongly.
It's gotta be Monica. Based on that file. All I want is for you to hate them. Why is that so hard? So she's trying to tell us things about both Natsuki and Yuri to make us hate them. Or to just not like them in general. Maybe I'm wrong, but all signs point to her.
Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time.
Suddenly the door opens.
Yuri!
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other.
Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late.
No need to apologize. You still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed.
All right. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now.
But anyway, you want to read my poem now?
I'm a bit scared after that one we got from Natsuki.
I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
This is similar to one we got from her previously. Save me. The colors, they won't. Bright, bit, color, flashing, piercing. Red, green, blue. And cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating from screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a table. Like playing a knife on a breathing ribcage. Just of moons. Delete her. Save me. Delete her. So is Sayori still like her? She doesn't have her character file, but is she still in this game somehow? And is this like a hidden message from her? Because I mean, the one we just got from Natsuki was complete trash, like gobbledygook. I like that word. But save me... I mean, similar to last time, but very broken, missing a bunch of letters. And then delete her. Okay. Monica seemed to be having a case of the fidgets. The screen fidgets. Making my entire screen fidget. Okay.
Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway.
Okay, this is definitely different.
Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game.
Because that's worked out so well in the past.
You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything.
Okay.
That's my advice for today. Help. Thanks for listening.
Okay, that was weird as hell. I'm convinced it's something Monica's doing. It's something she's doing. No new files yet over there. Keeping my eye out. Finally, Yuri! I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I like just holding it. I mean, the poem turned out good. It's, well, there's some things that you could work on, but that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. That came out a little awkward, just a little bit. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. There's no music. And... okay. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, skipping with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disproving the existence of God, or God disproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, 40 gears and a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet, a clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time, a bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world, a kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks, a time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions, breathing gearbox, what's with the gearbox? Breathing bolt head, what's with the bolt heads? Breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. What the hell is this? Oh, okay. Ah ha ha ha. Still no music. It doesn't really matter what it's about. Are you sure? My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. What? Ah,
That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes. Is she somehow becoming... Is she, like, not necessarily a stalker, but, like, just super obsessed with the main character? I don't know. So I wrote this poem with it. And now you're touching it. I'm okay. Are you sure, Yuri? Are you sure? I'm not sure that you're sure, because I'm definitely sure that you're not. I think that made sense. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? Yes, absolutely. You can keep the poem, though. Thank you. Uh-oh, you have unlocked a special poem. Sure. Okay. Happy thoughts. Remember to stay hydrated while scarring yourself mentally, kids. What the hell? Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Kid joined and we've started with some club activities. But this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know?
What's so great about getting new members anyway? Oh, wait, that's not the voice. We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage.
Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? The Literature Club can be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It'll be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Kenn?
Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Kenn to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica. Uh-oh. The music stopped. Do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Kenn joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And Kenn isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Huh. Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. I can't say I don't necessarily disagree with either of them. I see both sides, especially if you want the club to get bigger, but well.
That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Kenn want to get more members too.
Well, this is a sad version.
Right?
I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. Go figure. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue this situation...
No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why do I think that everyone here saw it the same way as I did?
But that doesn't mean we're against getting new members or anything.
Kenn, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it?
This character probably laid. Well, it's not really something I can be honest about, is it? Not if you want to come off like yourself, which is a douche.
In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join.
Monica sits down and stares at her desk.
What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake?
Self-doubt. Self-doubt is her.
Now you've done it, Natsuki.
What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest?
It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that.
You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Speaking of which, I'm glad your neck is no longer broken. Just took me a minute to snap back into reality on that. Obviously, she snapped back into reality too.
I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me.
She's not taking anything away.
No, Kenn. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, would I have just joined any other stupid club? But this one...
Oh, she's about to cry.
I mean... At least for a little bit of time. Things were nice.
Natsuki starts packing up her things.
I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now.
Natsuki. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom.
This is bad. I don't know what to do.
Well, do you have an opinion on the festival?
I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess.
No! Who cares about that obnoxious brat?
I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that.
Nobody would cry if she killed herself. What was that?
I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Kenn? What do you want to get out of this club?
Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along. And for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the Literature Club a special place.
I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity...
Her eyes bleeding. Her eye is bleeding. With each change in members, the identity of the club change as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. All right. You want to put a tissue up to your eye and stop the bleeding, maybe? Oh, it stopped. Good. Well, maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods.
Hey, Yuri.
Huh?
I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend.
Monica.
I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay?
Me too.
Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow.
Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Kenn?
Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Kenn before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president.
Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Whatever. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom.
Phew. Things have been a little hectic lately, haven't they?
By possibly your own doing?
Kenn, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy.
We're getting the fuzzy stuff. Something's gonna happen.
I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you,
There's no more music.
I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little bit,
Do I?
Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here.
She's self-aware. She's got to be self-aware.
You know what I mean?
I think I do.
But it's weird because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I guess it's technically only been a couple of days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say anything weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you can understand. So that's why... Wait, not yet. No, stop it.
Okay! So... let's call it an episode! This has been really weird, and I see the next day only getting weirder. Even though it focused on Yuri, I'm gonna try and go with Natsuki again. So, yeah. Until next time, everyone, I am Papa Kenn, and I will see you in the next episode of Papa Kenn Plays Doki Doki Literature Club. And we will slowly continue to lose our minds. Or at least I'll lose my mind, because you all probably know what's going to happen. You evil, manipulative bastards. I'm just kidding. But until next time, everyone, see you next time!